Hi, this is Nicholas Forrest from the Art Market blog, which can be found at artmarketblog.com, and welcome to my October 2008 Art Market review. If you follow the art market, then you'll undoubtedly be aware that over the last month or so, many of the art auctions that have taken place have been far from successful, with many lots failing to sell, and those that do sell selling for a much lower price than one would expect. Now, the media have used these poor auction results as an indicator that the art market is undergoing some sort of correction or crisis, but I believe that these poor auction results can actually be explained by a change in buyer and seller behavior, as opposed to a major collapse of the art market. So basically what has been happening is that buyers have been moving away from auctions and have been buying at galleries and fairs. Now, the reason for this kind of fits in with the current financial and economic situation. Now, I suppose it would make sense to me that if you were a buy, if you wanted to buy something at the current time, you would be far more cautious with your money, and you'd take far longer to make a decision. And the problem with the auctions is that the auction environment is emotionally charged. It requires quick thinking, requires quick decisions, and it's a kind of a very high pressure environment where you don't really have a lot of time to make a decision regarding price when you're in the middle of a bidding battle with someone. And this is the exact opposite of what people are wanting at the moment. They're wanting a controlled environment, an environment where they can take time to make their decisions, where they can control what's happening, control the amount of money they're spending. That's why they've gone from buying at auction to now buying at galleries and buying at fairs. Now, a lot of galleries and fairs are currently reporting strong sales, and are reporting that people are still buying from them, as opposed to the auctions where they're reporting poor sales. So basically, as far as I'm concerned, this is the reason that the auctions have had a poor showing over the last month or so. But I suppose the media always use the auctions as an indicator of how the art market is tracking, and continue to do so, where in reality the auctions are currently not the best indicator of the status and health of the art market. Another characteristic of the art market that has become evident since the financial and economic crisis took hold is a focus on quality, and also a focus on names and artists that are well known. Because in times of crisis, people they basically go to what they know and to what is familiar with them. So works by the masters are once again coming back into favour, and works by those kind of artists who don't have a good track record, an auction record, don't have a good exhibition history of exhibitions, or an extensive CV, starting to suffer, which would make sense because those artists, those contemporary artists and emerging artists, are more risky than the more established artists. So people are moving towards those artists who have a good track record and whose prices they believe are far more stable, and who have a far better potential to be able to continue to hold their value throughout the current economic crisis. It is also interesting to note that it's not only buyers that are favouring galleries and fairs over auctions, and sellers are also doing the same, for the reason that the current problems with the auctions and the number of works that aren't selling and the number of works that are selling for much lower prices than people would expect. Basically, people who are making make a living out of selling art don't want to be part of that. They don't want to be seen to be putting works at auction that aren't selling or that are selling for lower prices, because that affects their reputation. So they're moving to selling through galleries and fairs, which is a much more discreet method of making a transaction, and it means that they're not kind of so exposed to the media, and they can kind of keep their reputation and not have poor sales reported in the media. So it would appear that there is still plenty of money to be spent on art, and people are still willing to spend money on art, particularly on those top quality works by artists who have good history and a good track record. And it also appears that buyers and sellers are favouring galleries and fairs over the auctions for the reasons that I've mentioned previously. So in response to the current economic and financial crisis, the art market is undergoing an evolution and an adaptation, which to people who do not have the right information, who do not follow the art market, and who don't analyse it closely enough, it could appear as though the art market is currently experiencing a major correction or going through a major crisis, but as far as I'm concerned, that's not the case. So I hope that that this review will give you a little bit of a better insight into the current status of the art market. And if you want more information, you can visit my blog at artmarketblog.com, or you can email me. Email address is nick, N-I-C-K, at artmarketblog.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.